ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
In each heart lies a Bethlehem, an inn where we must ultimately answer whether there is room or not. When we are Bethlehem bound, we experience our own advent in His. When we are Bethlehem bound, we can no longer look away, conveniently not seeing stars, not hearing angel voices. We can no longer excuse ourselves by busily tending to our sheep and our kingdoms. This Advent, let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing the Lord has made known to us. In the midst of our shopping sprees, let's ponder in our hearts the gift of gifts. Through the tinsel, let's look for the gold of the Christmas star. In the excitement and confusion and merry chaos, let's listen for the brush of angel wings. This Advent, let's go to Bethlehem and find our kneeling places. This poem was taken from Anne Weem's book, Kneeling in Bethlehem.
O come thou wisdom from on high, who orderest all things mightily, to us the path of knowledge show, and teach us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Welcome. Each Advent, we're reminded to open our hearts to welcome the Christ child into our own lives. This year is no different. We've gathered a few things for you and your family to help you enter more fully into the season of Advent. The first thing that we have for you is the Advent wreath. And you'll receive a box just like this one that has the Advent wreath and candles in it for you. So I'd like to share a few of those things with you. So once you open your kit, you will actually find a little card that has the prayers for each week. Week 1, week 2, and then if you flip it over, we have weeks 3 and 4 on there for you. So you'll find that in your kit. You can just put that, this board will be used for your wreath, so we'll set it here, and then your card will go in the middle. You'll also find a purple sheet, and on here it gives you the background and history of the Advent wreath, followed by the blessing you can do as a family over your wreath. Also in the box, you're going to find 2 sets of candles. One has 3 purple and 1 pink, and the other 4 white candles. The purple and pink are used during the Advent season, and the white are used during the Christmas season. In addition to that, you will find the actual wreath itself. This has 4 slots for your 4 candles, and I'm not going to use this one because I believe it's being used for one of you, so I'm going to pull out my own, and I'm going to set this off to the side. So I know you can't see this very well, but you can see the metal ring is actually here, just what you had in the box. I'm going to set this right on top of my board, and now it's ready for me to add my candles. In the box, as I mentioned, are the 3 purple and 1 pink. And your job will be basically to open up your box, if I can do it. There we go. And you're just going to place your candles right inside there. You'll notice on these, they have little prongs so you can tighten it tight around your candle, hopefully, to make it stand up a little better. If not, use a little bit of aluminum foil, wrap it around the base of your candle, and then stick it down in. It'll make it a little bit more snug. And if these are tight like this one, just open it up a little bit. Once you have these in place, I just want to make note to you, you'll notice these wicks are quite long. You'll want to snip those down a little bit, about half of what you have there should be sufficient. If you leave it too long, the flame is going to be too high, your candles will burn faster, and you're going to get a mess of wax all over. So just cut it a little bit shorter in order to eliminate that from happening. So again, during the Advent season, 3 purple and 1 pink. When you follow the little prayer card, it'll show you first and second week are purple, third week is pink, and fourth week is purple again. So just follow the card that's in your little packet, and you can then say the prayers as a family and help you re-enter into the Advent season each Sunday or each week whenever it's convenient for you. This particular tradition was actually started in Northern Europe and has progressed obviously here to us. The ring itself symbolizes God's everlasting love for us. And again, each of the 4 candles represents one of the weeks of our Advent season. So for you and your family, feel free to add greens. You can add bows to your greenery. You can add little Christmas, or I shouldn't say Christmas, little picks. And then when Christmas does roll around, pull out your pink and purple candles, take out your white and replace them. And now you can add your Christmas picks and Christmas bows and ribbons if you'd like. If you don't want to go through all that detail, feel free to have your son or daughter or children decorate the board itself, place the metal frame with your 4 candles on it, and that can go right to the center of your table and make it simple and easy for moving it out of the way as need be. Enjoy. Happy Advent to all of you, and I hope that this tradition helps bring your hearts closer to the presence of Christ.
O come, thou Lord of might, who to thy tribes on Sinai's height in ancient times didst give the law in cloud and majesty and all. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Hello, good people. I just love Advent. It's 4 weeks of time dedicated to engaging our holy and Catholic imaginations. 4 weeks of extra darkness and nighttime quiet set aside to help us focus more intentionally on the shining light that Jesus is in our world. The signs and symbols of Advent are rich and packed with meaning. They're designed to connect us to Christ and remind us that as Christ's disciples, we are called to share the shining light of God's love, mercy, and grace, God's presence among us with the rest of the world, sharing what we have in support of those who live with less. I don't know about you, but I love getting mail. Now, I don't mean these coupons or the daily ads from the different cable and internet people. No, old-fashioned letters and cards and maybe even a few surprise packages thrown in. Handwritten mail, stamped and delivered by the U.S. Postal Service. It's kind of fallen out of fashion these days, replaced by the ease of texts and emails and internet greeting cards, Facebook likes and thumbs ups. It's quick and easy to do. But during Advent, it's still a bit of a tradition to send Christmas greeting cards through the U.S. mail. Handwritten, warm greetings, maybe a bit of news, a tangible connection between both the sender and the receiver. I love it. And here's an idea you might want to use in your household as part of your Advent prayer time. Collect your Christmas cards as they come, but don't open them. Resist the temptation. Set them aside until your household of faith might have a little bit of extra time to open them up together with intention. And as you light your Advent wreath, read the cards out loud slowly, because many of them sound like little prayers themselves, don't they? Now, as you open the cards, think about who sent the card. What is the relationship shared with the sender? Might they be friends, family, work colleagues? How are these people connected to you? Share that with one another. Unlock these memories. And if you are doing this with children or grandchildren, it's a wonderful way to pass on family stories and maybe throw in a few family legends as well across the generations. If time allows, you might want to dig out the old family photo albums or take another peek at some family movies together. And if you have not already sent a Christmas card to that sender, add them to your list. Engage the next generation in preparing the card, maybe writing a short note, including a picture or addressing the envelope. Even affixing the stamps together can make it a family project. And consider this. It's completely acceptable to send Christmas greetings after the 25th, so don't stress yourself out. There are still 12 days of the Christmas season, 12 more days right through the Feast of Epiphany to share Christmas greetings with one another. Now, if your card opening time is tight, offer up a short prayer of thanksgiving for each and every person connected to these cards, thanking God for the light and love each one shares with you and your household. So as your household prepares for Christmas, as we prepare to recommit to bringing Christ's light and love into the world, may your Advent season be filled with loads of both tiny little snippets and big moments of time for you and yours to pause and reflect on what Christmas is truly about.
O come, thou rod of Jesse, still to every tribe deliver them that trust thy mighty power to save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Advent is a time of quiet waiting and anticipation. As the stores fill with Christmas decorations and presents, the radio stations play Christmas songs, and Hallmark airs Christmas movies 24/7, our faith calls us to look forward quietly to the coming of Christ, just like Mary. To help us focus on the anticipation of the true meaning of the season, we invite you to participate in the tradition of the Mary Candle. On December 8th, the Immaculate Conception, when we celebrate Mary being conceived without sin, we bring out the candle. This candle will help us to remember the true meaning of Mary's yes. What you will do is you will take this nice little sticker. You can color it, or you can just leave it blank. But what you're going to do is you're going to affix it right to the candle. Then you will take a white cloth. It can be tissue paper, it can be a dish towel, it can be any kind of white fabric. And the white symbolizes Mary's purity. You will then cover up the candle so that you are reminded that the light of the world is yet to come. We then take a blue ribbon, which is a symbol for Mary, and we tie it. After that, place it by your Advent wreath. On Christmas, when we celebrate the light of the world coming into the world, what you will do is you will remove the cloth. You will then remove your purple and pink Advent candles and replace them with the white, and place the Mary candle in the center of your Advent wreath. Then you will pray the Christmas prayer to Mary. This tradition and many other traditions will be available on our parish website, gbres.org/Advent. And we invite you to explore all of the many traditions that maybe will bring the season to your home.
O come, thou Key of David, come, and open wide the heavenly home. Make safe the way that leads on high, and close the path of misery. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Humble and silent are the skies, except for the fiery star. Angels glow with celestial dust, darting among the woolly creatures. Stubborn ears and swishing tails cradle the birth of a child. Shepherds with heads bowed lean on their staff as they sink to their knees. Magi are hallowed in whispering light as the sun dances on their regal robes. Joseph prayerfully wonders and ponders the mystery of this miraculous moment. Give us the heart of a willing and eager Virgin Mary as she receives her firstborn as a gift from the hands of God. Tender and bleeding flesh is overwhelmed by the still and holy darkness. May the Holy Spirit be with us and bless us as we labor to give birth to Jesus. For nothing is impossible with God. This poem is from Roger Vandenbush, a parishioner of Resurrection Parish. Wishing all of you a very happy and blessed Advent season.
O come, thou dayspring from on high, and cheer us by thy drawing nigh. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.